So, welcome to another tutorial. Today we're going to cover bottom of the well. I have a few dungeons left in terms of things I need to cover with tutorials. Most recently we have done Forest Temple, still left to do Fire Temple. Water Temple I have done in the past, maybe I want to update that, most likely. Shadow Temple, Spirit Temple not done yet, and also Ice Cavern and GTG. So these are probably tutorials coming up in the upcoming weeks. That said, let's go to bottom of the well, which is today's content. We're gonna warp there as child. Obviously I'm using the practice ROM here, as you well know. And yeah, here we are. It's bottom of the well. I'm gonna show a couple tricks if you have certain loadout. So generally you're gonna have, of course, nuts, sticks, possibly you absolutely need bombs to do 3 checks in the wall, or you can use a strength upgrade on the one in the basement that we're gonna cover. And I'm also gonna equip a boomerang here to show a trick, but I'm also gonna show how to do it without boomerang. Right, so that's basically our loadout for well. Obviously you come in, no big deal, just get in here. After you jump, there's a skull solo there. What I usually like to do is just stun it with a decker nut before even looking at it, so you can just roll through. You can also stun it with a boomerang, or you can slash a deco stick at it to make it swing side to side and then go through. I mean, it's up to you. Deco stick here, very good if you're low on them. I usually throw a bomb, it's gonna explode this. I don't get this just yet, because the fastest way to do well is to just do one loop around. So basically what I'm gonna aim to do is just hit a single loop around the dungeon, and then we're gonna be done with it. Come up here, play Zelda's Lullaby. That's gonna drain the water to the lowest level. That's gonna open up 4 checks for us, as we're gonna see pretty soon. Obviously I have to equip the Ocarina since this is the practice ROM. The Skull Solo here, usually a good idea to stun it. Throw a bomb there. Just wait for it to explode. Come up here, side hop, get a chest. Then you come up here. 3 side hops here or left. Oh, it's 4, sorry. And you come up to this section here. Get the chest. If for some reason you do not have Zelda's Lullaby, and that happens every so often, you're gonna have to skip this chest. You can just dive under the water and then come to this door. That chest is gonna be left for a further point in time. If you just want to look at what's the 3rd coffin there, which is the actual check in here, what you can do is you line up with this first coffin here, turn around, you can clearly see the heart there, then you start side hopping, and then you can see there, it's a small key, see? So as you come around the first time, it shows you what the item is. Now obviously if it's an item you want, you can simply pick up your you can simply pick up your deco stick. You're gonna light it up on that fire over there, and then you're gonna light up the torch. 2 bats are gonna come out. Let me make a save state here so we do both the ways in this room. So we save state here, alright. Then you come up here with your stick, light it up. That mummy is always gonna scream at you once or twice, there's no way around it. Now you light it up. Now these bats are gonna go for the torch and try to burn your shield, so best way to avoid it is you simply stun them with a deco nut, line up with this wall, backflip, and well, I missed, but yeah, you get the point, you get the item. Like that. If they come for you, again, just spam deco nuts, and then you go through and leave the room through the door. Right? That's basically it. Now, if you have a boomerang, there's a much cooler way to do this, and much faster as well. Just line up with this coffin here, and you should turn right. Maybe do a side hop here just to make sure you are right on the coffin itself. Now you throw your boomerang straight ahead. Now you backflip and side hop left once, and the key is right here, right? So boomerang really expedites the process in this room quite a whole lot. Okay, now we're gonna continue with our bottom of the well experience. If you don't let go of the stick forward a little bit, you end up bonking there. I usually just relieve the pressure a little bit. Now you get this chest. Be very careful, there's a hole right here, right? So you don't want to go too far out. Sup Pepilson, how are you doing? This is a tutorial. You usually make them in English, that's why I'm talking in English. That's the compass chest. I mean, on the wall I don't see anybody referring to chests by their item names. Mark the difference. I come here, choose side hopeless left. Generally, if you just roll, you're gonna get this chest. There we go, that's another small key. Now, the hole that we blew up in the beginning is right here. You just come in, get this chest. Not gonna get it, since we're getting the default items and I have 10 small keys at this point. Alright, so now, as I've said at first, I told you guys that you only want to do one loop around the well. Now you have a choice here. If you have seen any hints, and these, they appear very often in my experience, have seen any hint saying that Dead Hand doesn't have an item you want, maybe Dead Hand in the bottom of the well has a small key, or has a piece of heart, or has a, I don't know, a deck of nuts upgrade, you don't need to do it. In that case, you're not going to do the section first. You're going to do the back of the well over this direction here that we're going to do right after. Right? If you do not have a hint for the Dead Hand, then you're going to do it right now. Right? There's a chest right behind me. I'm not getting it since I'm going to get it on the way out. Doesn't really make a difference. I think the only way I'd get that chest is if I need an item right now, usually deck stick upgrade. Otherwise, I'll just ignore it. Alright, now what you want to do here is just come up all the way forward. There's an invisible chest here. You get the item. After you get it, you line up with the chest, pick up your stick and do a jump slash. You're going to end up with a half stick, as we have seen in other places, like in Deku Tree and others. Now you jump slash towards the hand, and then it's going to let go of you immediately, which is really good. Now that hand is coming up to you, you just power crouch stab twice. You can try a jump slash here. The timing is not very easy. If you don't get it, it's just fine. Now jump slash again. You're going to do one power crouch stab here. And then he's going to go down. Once again, you can try for a jump slash here. If you get it, that's great. If not, that's fine too. And finally, this is the final phase of the boss, where you do 2 more and he's done. So to do this, you need at least 2 Deku sticks, right? You need one to do the broken stick and one that actually does the damage with the glitch. If you, for some reason, have one Deku stick, I really recommend you just reset the dungeon. Come from the start again. You just save warp. You just save and then reset. You're going to come from the start. That pot on the left there that we saw is going to have another Deku stick. And that's going to be it. You're going to have 2 and you can do this fight just fine. You can do this fight with only one stick, but it's really slow. You're going to have to do jump slashes instead of power crouch stabs, and I really don't recommend it. Coming out of here, you stun the Scout Solo. If you don't want to stun it, maybe you don't have Deku Nuts, just go through the right side of the room. Maybe it's going to hit you. I mean, if not, it's fine. Now you come rolling out, simply open the chest that we left behind. That's bombs for us. Now you climb. I did one side hop more than I wanted. Yeah, not very good movement there. Get the chest here. Now, come on, right up to the wall here. Once you find the invisible wall, you're gonna come in immediately. Stun the Scout Solo. Get the final chest in the middle section here. This is a very fast way to go to a well because you end up doing only one loop around, which is great. I see many people that go through the middle section first. That's fine, but you end up losing time that way. Now we're coming up to the bathroom here. This is a place that you really want to have at least 2 Deku Nuts for. I really recommend you don't. You save up your nuts in previous sections of the well. Like say you come in with like 2 nuts. Do the Scout Solo in the other sections as low as possible because you want to save these nuts for this part. If you are afraid you're going to lose your shield, you can simply pause and equip a Highland Shield if you have it. That's fine too. Lose a little bit of time, but it's okay. I'm going to save here just to show what can go wrong here. So there are a couple holes here. Let me equip the lens and also give myself some magic here. It's inventory amounts, I think. Yeah. There we go. So there are a couple holes here in this room. So you really want to be careful to not fall for them. There's a way you can do it without... that bet is going to actually get me. I'm going to show what happens if you're not careful with the nuts. Say I'm not paying attention. bam, my shield is gone, right? That sucks. Yeah, it's fire temple. Sorry, I didn't have enough time to do the fire temple tutorial, so I'm doing bottom of the well. It's fine, it's gonna be cut and have the right title and YouTube, it's okay. Alright, so as you see, you want to be very careful with that leftmost bat there, because it's gonna try to burn your shield. So what you're gonna want to do here is you're gonna come up all the way to the chest, really grind against the wall here, right? Now you throw a nut, you're gonna stun the 2 bats that turn right next to you, get the item, you throw another nut, and then you backflip and do 3 side hops to your right and get to the door. And lose your shield apparently. Let's do that again. I was not very fast because I was talking to you guys, so I'm gonna do this room like I would normally do it. So you grind against the wall, throw a nut, open the chest, throw another nut towards the middle of the room, backflip, 3 side hops, and there you go. Alright? This like here very dangerous. You don't want to lose your shield to it. You just come up to the chest, get your item, get the hell out. He can't get you. It's okay. Say you lose your shield. Alright, now what do? If you have a Kokiri sword, fine, you can just retrieve it. You can also do it with a Deku stick. This is how. You're gonna get very far away from the light. You can't be right up against it, and then you do a jump slash, and then you hit the very bottom part of it, and then you can get your shield back. Right? So you can do it with a Deku stick, just make sure you are far away from the light, not close. This cool tool up here, you can get it with a boomerang, of course. You can also get it with a slingshot and then shooting a boomerang. And there's a fun technique where you can get the light to spit you into the gold skull tool token. I've seen it in a couple races. Very fun thing to see happening. I mean, not very practical. Only do that if you're absolutely desperate for skull tool tokens. But yeah, it's something you can do. The other 2 skull tools here in the bottom of the wall or here in the middle section where I'm looking at towards, we generally don't do that at all because they're very slow unless you're doing dungeon skull sanity. Now the final check of the well, you're simply going to come out, you go right forward and into this hole, then you pick up your bombs. If you have bomb chews, of course they're faster. If you have a strength upgrade, you can also do it. In fact, I'm going to show this with a strength upgrade since with bombs it's pretty clear what you have to do. So you pick up the bomb, it's going to take a while to explode, it's fine. Now, you want to get to the torches there and to your left to explode. If you simply go walking forward, it's sometimes not very lenient timing, so what I like to do here is just make sure I'm in the right heading. I turn around. You want to hold Z before you pick up the bomb or target. Then you backwalk, you walk a lot faster when you backwalk, and then there you go. It's absolutely fine in terms of time. This read that here you can just ignore, open up your chest, and bam, we're done with the well. Very fast dungeon. My completion time in well is generally, let me see here. It's usually around like 5 minutes, 5 to 5.5 minutes, something like that. You have a lot of checks there. If I'm not mistaken, let me see here my expanded tracker just so I don't give you guys false information. So if I put in key sanity here, no, this is not the one I want. 1 second, guys. Creating time, Ham's the. Let's go for items only. Key sanity. Not showing. Well, if chat can help me with how many checks there are in the well, so I don't have to look up. If I'm not mistaken, it's. Oh, let's count, right? We have bombable 1, the first one that we did, the one behind the Skulltula, the underwater one, coffins, invisible to your left, invisible to your, the other one, on the other side, the one under the water before Dead Hand itself, invisible inside Dead Hand, the one in the Beamos room, the one in the like room, and then there's one in the basement, so that is 12 chests, if I'm not mistaken, right? And we have 3 keys, so that would be 9 checks, is that right? 11 checks, 3 keys? Well, which one am I missing? Missing something? I think I'm missing. Oh yeah, I forgot you. Yeah, I forgot you on the other way around. You're right. So it's 11 checks, 3 keys. That's right. So you can get 11 checks in the span of like 5.5 minutes. Excellent dungeon. Absolutely do not want to skip it. Alright? Well, that's it for me. I hope this was a fun watch for you. I hope you learned something new. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching.